So now I'm doing the wiring for the manual conversion. At the bottom underneath the gearbox is pretty straightforward. It is only just one switch that you're plugging in, which is this here, and that goes in here once I've got it through, just there, like so. Push it in and then push the pin down. Push the pin. That's now plugged in. I've fed that wire through this channel here, up here, where the previous, through there, up into the back of the engine bay by the bulkhead, which I'll show you on the top end now. I've fed the cable through there, and I've brought it up here, which is the two ends to the reverse switch, which is here. Now one goes onto this earth here, which is a 13mm bolt. So I'm going to make a little incision in the cable and wrap it around and tie it back on, and then put the bolt back in. And then this one end of it goes into this reverse relay. You have to tap into the black and brown cable, and I'm just wondering how I'm gonna make that connection. I've made a little incision, which I don't know if you can see properly. The light is causing a bit of a blur, but I've made the little incision, and now I'm gonna wrap this around the earth, giving the gearbox some earth. I'm just going to pull some of the cable off. Okay, so I've made a little incision in this cable. I'm not sure if you can see here, and I'm just going to get this wrapped around the earth, which is here, and then I'm going to bolt it back in place. So that's now wrapped in. I'm just going to tighten this bolt. And that's done. That's the reverse cable, one of the two, onto the earth. The other one goes onto the relay, reverse relay, which is this cable here. And now I've got to make an incision on this one and get it attached to this blue relay, which has a black and brown cable. I'm just wondering how to actually get it connected without having either a awful or a loose connection. Okay, so for the other cable, this one, can you see? Yeah, I'm gonna do or have one of these crimp connectors on. I don't know if you can see. Let me put it in my hand. One of these, which should hopefully give me a decent enough connection. Basically just feed both ends of the cable. One can slide in and one can be fed through, and then just close this, making the metal in the middle connecting both ends or both of the cables. This can't be done whilst I'm holding the camera. I am going to try my best. If not, I'm going to put the camera down and then show you guys how it's done. Hopefully it makes a good enough connection. If it doesn't, then I'll be redoing it, because if I don't do this correctly, the car won't start. Can you see how, well, it's not the best of positions, but I've just crimped that in by hand, and then I'm going to put the plastic casing on. That's now back in place. That's my gearbox cable, and then that's the reverse switch relay. All I've got left to do now is put this back in. There is only one way for it to go in, which is that end fits on that side and that end is slightly further out. Clip it in, and that's that done. That is the reversing light and cables done. Everything else now is within the cab by the driver's footwell. All I've got to do now is get this cable, which is a spare piece that I've needed and I've put together, which is going to go into pin number 23 on here. So I've got to get the ends connected, and then I'll slot the pin in, showing you guys that's on this end, and then I'll go into the footwell and show you the rest. So now I'm just making a little incision on the clutch wiring. It is a green one and it's also pink. I've put two together just so it reaches from the foot pedal over to this ECU or DME, whichever one you guys refer to it. Just going to take a bit off so it can go into a female connector. That's that off. And then just give this a little twirl. Let me give you some more lighting. Tiny little female connector which goes on the end. I've bought these off Amazon. They're about £6 for 100 pieces. You get female and male connectors, and then all you do is just feed this through to the top. Oh, I've got a loose one. Just spin this around again. This is more harder than I thought. Right, let me put this down for a sec. I might have to reduce the amount of copper that goes into the end just so that I can get it to sit in the female connector. Okay, that's in now. I'm just gonna get the ends to I think that's the best it's gonna be. I'm just gonna snip off these few that are loose strands, so it looks a bit neat. I think that's the best it's gonna be. This then goes into, you've got this as a connector and you've got this as a connector. That slides in here, giving you pin 1 to 20, and then 21 to 40 I believe it is, or 31 or 40 it is, yeah. And they're actually numbered, so that's 21, 30 there, and then you've got 31 to 40. We need pin number 23, which is here. So I'm just gonna get this to slot in, just checking if there's a right or wrong way to go in. No, I believe it's that way. Get this to sit in, and that's that done. Once it goes in, it won't go any further than that. I'm not going to pin this in just yet. Actually no, I am going to do it because we might have to get it in. Does that go in this way? That's back in now, and then this can fit straight back into its position, which is just here. There we go, that's pushed back in, and then this one literally just slots back in as per. That's that done. So we, on this end we have the gearbox done, and we have the reverse the clutch cable done. We're gonna go over to the footwell now and I'll show you the rest. So this is the cable that I was telling you that I've wired into pin number 23. It is green on one end and it's pink on the other end, only because this is a right hand drive car, so I need the cable to reach from the left side of the car over to the right side of the car, because the rest of the world is left hand drive, which is a lot easier to reach, and this wiring is a little bit shorter. So on this end I'm also going to put in I think it's a female connector, because what's got to happen is this is the wiring of the clutch cylinder, which is here, right there, if you can see on the clutch. On the light's not the best, which is there, that black cylinder which is on the clutch. This is what sits on the side of the clutch. That's now out. In it is a spare pin. I'm not sure if you can see. So in there, as you can see, there's 4 in there, and there's only 3 wires. So what I've got to do is get this pink one to sit in there, giving it the 4 wires. That's the clutch then wired up, and then get these 3 to run on the brake pedal switch, which has got power to it, and then get the brake pedal connected over onto the EWS, which is pin number 8. It is a bit of a messy situation. There isn't much room and might have to do some soldering, but I'm gonna move the camera out the way and just show you guys the end result. Saves me from having a camera in my face, and then we'll go from there. I've managed to get one of the you can't even see, it's too small to see it. So I've managed to get one of the female connectors on, and I've put a little heat shrink over it because I've had to slice some of the copper off just so that it fits in this connector. And then I'm just gonna get this in here, which I believe, which way does it fit? I think it is this way. It fits in. Oops, I think I've done this wrong. Yep, I've not kept enough cable for it to fit in all the way. Right, I'm gonna have to do this all over again, because it's supposed to be in there. So I'm gonna have to do this all over again. I've managed to wire in the clutch cable in, and that's now in place. I can close that and then connect it, or put it back into here, which is where it goes. And then this will then attach. There we go. And that hopefully is all 4 pins connected, and then that will go to the side of the clutch cylinder. I think it's a cylinder or slave cylinder, something like that, master cylinder, something like that, but it's literally behind the clutch pedal up there in the dark, which just where I'm pointing at that black thing there. After test fitting this wiring loom, it's not long enough to bridge the gap from this over to the brake switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these white ones onto here to give me a bit of length. I'm going to solder them in. So I'm going to be soldering these on. I think that one's done. Now I'm going to go on to the next one. It doesn't need much, just as long as there's some on there for a good connection. Right, so you probably won't be able to see everything, but you'll get the idea. That's that one done. And now do the last one, which is here. So them 2 are done. Just gotta do this one. I think that one come out the nicest out of all of them. Just to give it a bit more protection, I'm just going to put some heat shrink on. I'm using a slightly bigger one because on one of them there's a bit of a big bulge. There we go. That's one done. 2 done. That should give us a solid connection. And that's just for extra length to bridge the gap on the brake switch. That's that done. This is the EWS. This is a little connector that goes onto here, which is very difficult to see. This is actually, I can't pull this any further than what I've got in my hand, because that's all I've got. This side's number 1, that side's number 8, and if you look carefully, number 8 is actually free. So what I've done is I've created another wire, which is just spare wire from another car door. I've put a female connector in, which I'm going to now slot into pin number 8. That's now in place, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly test fit the switch. Right, I'll have to get the camera out of the way. I've managed to spin it around. I did put it in the wrong way, and then hopefully the EWS should just slot in. There we go, that's in now, and I should have a spare cable running from the EWS, which is in my hand now. So I'm going to put the EWS back in its place with its 2 bolts, and then get this connector to join onto the brake switch, which is here, the purple, I don't know if you can see, but get it onto the purple connector. Yeah, so I'm going to have to bridge the gap somehow from this and from the clutch line, but I'll show you that in a sec. That's the EWS back in place, and I've got this wire, which is now the connector for the brake pedal, and that should give us our start as well. A little update, this conversion was done about 4 weeks ago mechanically. The day it was done, I tried to start the car, but it just wasn't firing. For whatever reason, it cranks but it doesn't fire. I would show you right now, but I've actually got the battery on charge, just so that I can continue doing some more checks on the wiring. I've got a short somewhere. I initially thought it was here first because of plumbing the clutch pipeline through the back of the dash, and upon closer inspection I don't actually have a short here as of yet. Anyway, I do have a short in fuse number 29, so whenever I put a 5 amp fuse in, fresh one, go to crank the car, and it blows the fuse instantly. Now fuse 29 is connected on plug X6004 on the ECU, which is where I'm experiencing a short. I've checked everything else, all the fuses, checked all the relays. There is only about 8-9 relays in total. I've checked all of them. I can't find where the problem lies. So I've got a electrical fault finder coming out tomorrow to check out where the problem is and get a little bit closer, but for whatever reason I've just not been successful in getting this car started, and it's been an absolute nightmare. Hopefully I'll have some better news very soon.